welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy and this is my garden. welcome. Oh my gosh, if y'all are as excited as I am for this video right here, I need you to drop a melon emoji in the comments, okay? Drop a cantaloupe emoji in the comment if y'all are as excited as I am for this video. You know why? Because we're growing cantaloupes. Oh my gosh, y'all, we are finally about to transplant the cantaloupes. I'm about to drop a clip in here so y'all can see my cantaloupes from last year and how I grew it, and y'all know that cantaloupe was all of the things. It was so sweet. Ooh, man, it's giving me a flashback. I cannot wait till this cantaloupe grow, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. As you already know by the title of this video and all of the things that I just did for y'all, we are about to grow cantaloupe today. I'm about to show you guys how to properly transplant your cantaloupe to get the best yield for the season, okay? To give you all of the harvest, okay? To give you many juicy, delicious, big, huge cantaloupes, okay? That's what we'll be doing today, you know, as we are transplanting into the garden. We're continuing our transplanting series. We are transplanting all of the things, okay? Not only are we transplanting our cantaloupes today, I have something extremely special to share with you all. Hopefully you guys have already seen a video and you guys now know that the very special brand that I am working with is Vego Garden. Vego Garden. But yes, y'all remember in the beginning of the year when I was manifesting all the brands. One brand I really wanted to work with, and I did not tell y'all any of the brands I wanted to work with. I was just manifesting all the brands, right? But Vego Garden is one of the brands I really wanted to work with. Why? Because they have the best looking raised beds. All of their things are aesthetically pleasing. They're quality products, okay? So that is one brand I've been waiting to work with, and the fact that they reached out to me first, I feel so honored. Thank you so much, Vego. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. Anyway, but yeah, so Vego Garden is one of the brands I really wanted to work with this year, and the fact that they reached out to me, I am so grateful. I cannot believe we're halfway into the year, because we're in June now, and all of my manifestations are coming true, okay? So I'm gonna need y'all to start manifesting if you don't know, okay? So I'm just truly grateful that Vego decided to work with me. I've always wanted to use their products. I've always wanted to design my garden. Honestly, truthfully, I want my garden to be a Vego garden. I want my garden to have all of their raised beds. I really prefer to grow my food in containers, things like raised beds, containers, and grow bags. You already see I utilize a ton of grow bags because I grow in a small space, and what I love about Vego Garden is that they have all of the things to make that happen, okay? And y'all already know that what I told you guys my plans are with the design of my garden. So next year, by the grace of God, I would love my entire garden to be a Vego garden with all of their raised beds and their containers and things like that. So we manifesting that, okay? So y'all remember this video right here, that we manifested that this entire garden by next year, by next summer, this entire garden is going to be a Vego garden. Vego garden. Anyway, so today, as we are transplanting our cantaloupes, we will be transplanting our cantaloupes into our Vego garden raised bed, baby. Okay, do y'all see this raised bed? Do y'all see the raised bed? Okay, do y'all see this raised bed? Isn't this pretty, y'all? Oh my gosh, this raised bed is so cute, okay? And I just want to say, Vego, you're the best, okay? I love my raised bed. So I've been hiding this raised bed from y'all as we were building it because I wanted it to have its own grand entrance, and the fact that it brings so much life into my garden. As you can see, I decided to get this color right here. This is like a olive color, and I love the color green, olive, you know, those type of colors. And I just love like how it's bringing color into my garden. So when all of these things like start to grow, can y'all imagine what this is about to look like? This bed right here is where we will be transplanting our cantaloupes. Okay, so this is the 9-in-1 metal raised bed from Vego, meaning that this particular bed right here can be configured into 9 different raised beds, 9 different shapes, 9 different dimensions. This is 6.5 by 3.5, and Vego provide the configuration shape, so it will tell you exactly how to configure it into whatever shape that you want. I wanted this particular shape because I like it big. I wanted a big raised bed, okay, and it's pretty big. It is a really good size. My plan is to grow my cantaloupes in here, and then in the surrounding areas I'm going to put a ton of flowers and herbs because this is the center of my garden. I just wanted a raised bed that was going to represent that, bring in the colors, and then with the flowers added to it, it is just going to add more to the colors and then provide all of the things that the pollinators need, because the idea is to attract as much pollinators as possible, especially to this bed, because we're having our cantaloupes on here. And then if you see here, I got a cattle panel that I got from Tractor Supply. This is the 16 by 50 feet. If you guys saw the shorts that I made of me showing how we transported this home, I made them cut this into this shape so that it can match my Vego garden grow bed dimensions. And I also got the T-post from Tractor Supply as well. So this right here is a 7 feet T-post, and it's all the way down in the ground. And then as you can see, I have my cattle panel going across it. So it's like my plan is to probably like cut this extra off so that it can align perfectly with this going down here. But I'm not sure yet because I'm growing a ton of cantaloupes, and I might need the space for it to go all the way over here, because if y'all remember last year, these cantaloupes, they vine and they're gonna get really tall, and y'all already know I promote growing your food vertically. So this is what we're doing. So this is what it looks like now, and I love the fact that y'all are seeing what it looks like now, so that in July, come August and stuff like that, y'all will see what this look like once it is filled up with all of the cantaloupes that's gonna be hanging on this baby. And then also what I love about this is because this bed is like super high, it's not, this bed is higher than the rest of my other beds in the garden. As y'all can see, like I have some grow bags. These are some 10-gallon grow bags, and then I have some raised beds over there, but they're very low. And so what I love about this is that it's kind of high up, so it's also going to help keep the animals away, okay? Because y'all know these evil squirrels up in here, we don't do those evil squirrels, and they will definitely try to climb on this bed. I'm going to show you guys how I do intend to protect the bed away from things like squirrels and groundhogs, because we have all of those things up in here. So I will show you guys how I intend to protect it. But the fact that it's, you know, it's at a good height and is raised above the ground, I really love that. So I shouldn't have to be doing too much when it comes to protecting, especially once the flowers starts to fill in and grow in here. They're going to be discouraged from even climbing in here because it's just going to be too many smells, and you know, things like animals and stuff like that, squirrels, they don't like stuff that have a very potent smell. They tend to stay away from stuff like that. So I intend to put a ton of flowers all around here, and because this is the center of my garden, it is going to be so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, y'all, it is gonna be so gorgeous. I cannot wait. Okay, I cannot wait. So I want to tell Vego Garden, thank you so much for sending this to me. I cannot wait to grow in here. First of all, the quality, honey. Y'all know I have those silver, regular silver metal raised bed that I got from Amazon. They're cool, but when I tell you, when it comes to quality, they don't compare to Vego Garden. And I love the fact that I got the opportunity to experience the difference in quality. And honestly, because of how these were made, they're definitely going to last for a long time. And I love that it is not going to rust. But yes, y'all, I'm just so super excited about this bed. And one of my favorite thing about this bed, other than the beauty, because it is gorgeous, I love the fact that it came with this right here. So this is like a protective barrier for the edges. You see what I'm doing right now, you cannot do this on those silver metal raised bed that I got from Amazon, because you might cut your fingers. Okay, so I love the fact that it have this to protect us from the edges, because if you have children, you definitely want to be careful with that, especially if your children help you out in the garden. Like my kids, they love being in the garden with me, so I love the fact that I don't have to worry about them getting cut or anything like that, and they're able to like walk past this and they won't get hurt. So this was such an added bonus to the raised bed, and I'm super excited about it. Also, this is a big raised bed, so when it comes to filling it, y'all already saw the video where I showed you guys how to fill it up. I use a ton of stuff in my backyard to fill this up, so I don't have to use as much soil. I use a bunch of logs. Y'all see I got a ton of trees. Okay, I have a ton of trees in my backyard. Some of them have fallen and all of that good stuff, so I have a ton of logs. I use a ton of logs. I use leaves, I use kitchen scraps, a whole bunch of stuff to help fill out this bed, so you don't have to use a lot of money. So I don't have to, you know, use a lot of money. Whoa, is that a bee? Oh, hey y'all. I love bees. Oh, I like y'all, but don't get too close in my ear. Okay, to save on money, y'all saw how I filled this thing up with a ton of backyard scraps that is going to decompose in here over the years. Last year I grew my cantaloupe in a 5-gallon grow bag, and that's really much as deep of a soil that you need to grow some strong, healthy cantaloupes. So this is perfect. When I tell y'all, I fill this thing up all the way probably until here, and from here up is soil, and that's all you need to grow your cantaloupe. That's all you need to grow a ton of stuff. So that's it, y'all. I just wanted to show you guys my new Vego gardening metal raised bed, the 9-in-1. I love the fact that you are able to configure this into multiple different raised beds, and it's like a bang for your buck. So, but all right, y'all, let's get started. Oh, by the way, because your girl is working with Vego garden or whatever, of course I got you covered. Okay, so one thing I love about Vego garden, they don't only sell raised beds, but what attracted me to Vego garden was their raised beds, because I love the raised beds. I love the colors, I love the quality. It is just beautiful. It's just bring beauty to your garden. And you know, your garden, my garden is my safe space, so I want to be able to walk in here and feel at peace and feel at home. That's the type of vibe that this bed gives me. But what I love about the brand Vego Garden is that they sell everything that you need for your garden. It's not only raised beds. So y'all will be seeing me talk quite frequently about Vego Garden, because I am working with them, and there are quite a few things that I want from their store. So I will be letting y'all know as I get them, because I am super excited, y'all. First of all, I just feel so blessed to even have this opportunity where a brand reached out to me to work with me, because they enjoy my content and they enjoy me sharing with you guys how I grow my food, especially growing in small spaces, and of course growing vertically, because that's what we're here doing today. And I'll tell you more about that. I'm sorry for this long intro. I just feel so blessed. I feel like everything is happening. Remember, I started my garden because it was like I low-key was kind of depressed when I did start my gardening, and it was something that brought me a lot of peace, a lot of healing. Every time I was out here, I just felt at one with nature, and it brings me so much happiness. And the fact that people are recognizing that and brands are recognizing that and wants to work with me because of that, I'm just so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to all of you guys for supporting me constantly, consistently. Thank you guys so much, because it's because of y'all that I'm able to partner with a brand like Vego Garden, because they see the value in what it is that I bring, and they see the value of you guys bring, you know, and what you bring to me. They see how it is a community here, and I love the fact that they want to be a part of this community. But all right, y'all, let's get started. That was my little grateful speech about walking in your purpose. When you walk in your purpose and you manifest certain things in your life, that is what alignment does. It aligns you with where you need to be. That's why I always tell you guys, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. No matter what you're going through, trust me, whatever it is that you're in, that's where you're meant to be in that moment, but it's just for that moment. So you'll never know when things will turn. And that's my little testimony. I just want to come on here and say I'm grateful to you guys. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to Vego Garden for giving me the opportunity to work with them. And now we get to grow our cantaloupes in one of the most gorgeous beds that I have in my garden. This is probably the best looking thing I have in my garden. And no offense to the rest of y'all, I love y'all, because y'all been doing the thing. That's why Vego Garden want to work with me. But now I have, this is the baddie of the garden, okay? We have the baddie of the garden until further notice. But all right, y'all, so remember, if you do want a baddie in the garden like my raised bed from Vego Gardening, go ahead and click the link in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you purchase anything from Vego Gardening, if you decide to purchase the baddie of the garden, the metal raised bed, irrigation system, grow lights, yes, they have grow lights, y'all. They got everything to grow your food. I'm so excited. Y'all have no clue. But yeah, if you want anything from Vego Gardening, please use your girl's link, okay? Use my link that's in the description. It's an affiliate link. I'll truly appreciate it. And you know what that means, whatever it is that you purchase, I get some type of percentage from it. So like, I just am really grateful that I'm able to earn money doing this. You know, I'm able to earn, and then it's a brand that I really want to work with. It's a brand that is trusted and their stuff is quality. I will never bring crap to y'all, okay? I'm always going to vet whatever it is that brands, like I've definitely been offered a lot of different brands trying to come to work with me. I want to be extremely selective because I don't want to bring like a bunch of crap to y'all, and I want it to truly be something that I use. If I'm not using it, I'm not selling it to y'all. So if y'all decide to support me in any kind of way, apart from liking the video, which you guys already do, use my affiliate link that's in the description of this video, as well as use my discount code. It is in the description of this video as well. And right now they have a sale going on, so use my discount code on top of the sale that they have going on, so you too can have a baddie in your garden, okay? You too can have a Vego Gardening. And of course, if you guys want to learn more about Vego Gardening, they're all over social media at Vego_gardening. Go and check them out so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I promise you, once y'all go to their pages, especially on Instagram or TikTok, and y'all see the products that they have, or on their website, you too will want your entire garden to be a Vego Gardening, okay? So this is me crossing my fingers that my entire garden is going to be a Vego Gardening. I'm manifesting it. Hallelujah. So yes, y'all, help your girl out. Go and purchase something, and please come back and let me know if you did. And in the future, if this relationship goes well with Vego Gardening and they decide to give things away, I will definitely be doing a giveaway from any of their products. And of course, it will be people that have already purchased their products, because of course I want to support people that supported me. So if you would like to be one of those people, you know what to do. Click the link in the description, okay? Go check their stuff out. Tell them Miss Yancy sent you, all of the things. Come back and let me know what you got. Come back, let me know what you got and how you feel about it, okay? I promise y'all, if you follow these steps, you too will be eating delicious cantaloupe in no time, okay? Delicious cantaloupe. All right, y'all, come along, come along, come along. One look and I breathe. So you want to grow them juicy cantaloupes that I grew last year and you don't know where to start, you are in the right place, okay? So first thing first, before we even get started with transplanting, let me just give you a few tips or facts pertaining to transplanting your cantaloupe. First thing first, you want to make sure that you're using a well-drained soil that is easy for the roots of the cantaloupes to thrive. This goes for all of your plants. You want to plant your cantaloupe in a well-drained soil that is rich with compost, fertilizers, and all of the things, okay? All of the natural things that your plants needs to thrive on. And cantaloupes, they are going to thrive when they're in the right environment. So before you even transplant or anything like that, you want to make sure that whatever zone that you live in, the temperature or the weather out there is going to be consistently 50 degrees or higher, and that's the low. You want to make sure the low is consistently 50 degrees or higher. It cannot be below 50 degrees and you're transplanting outside, because your cantaloupes are going to die. They're heat tolerant plants. They love the heat, they want the sun, they want all of the things. Just like me, we love the sun, okay? We thrive in the sun, y'all. The mosquitoes are everywhere. So if you see me doing all of this, I'm trying to get the mosquito out of my face. You guys already see we're growing the cantaloupe in our Vego garden raised bed. Last year I grew it in a 10-gallon grow bag, and it grew very well. I had about 2 or 3 plants in each of those 10-gallon grow bags, and I definitely got about 20 or more cantaloupes from those plants. Y'all saw that it was cantaloupe galore up in here, okay? This is one of the most important tips to growing a thriving cantaloupe that is going to produce you a ton of harvest during the summer, is growing it vertically. Now, you guys seen last year I grew my cantaloupes on that trellis right there. So this trellis in the front, that little arbor right there, is my grape arbor. Right now I have grapes on it. That's what I have on there, which is the reason why I was so excited that Vego Garden sent me this raised bed, because I was trying to figure out where I was gonna grow my cantaloupes this year, especially in my garden, because every space here is accounted for. And I told you guys the best way to save on space is to grow your food vertically. And cantaloupes definitely have some big leaves, and they vine just like tomatoes, just like indeterminate tomatoes, just like grapes, they vine. So they really thrive growing vertically, and it's just easier for the fruits to actually be able to hang without any disturbance from pests or animals or anything like that. And last year I did not have any issues with pests or any type of bugs. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you want to grow really beautiful cantaloupes, please grow it vertically. And let me tell you, you can actually grow cantaloupe in very small spaces. If you live in an apartment and you have a balcony, or you have like a deck, you don't have a lot of room in your garden or in your backyard, grow your cantaloupes vertically. Go ahead and get you some type of trellis, something to grow your food on. I already told you guys I am using this cattle panel trellis from Tractor Supply. If you don't have the space for something like this, create a makeshift one with any type of fencing, like, you know, those fencing that they sell at Home Depot. Literally, you could grow your cantaloupe in a grow bag, okay? I grew my cantaloupe last year in a 10-gallon grow bag, and y'all saw how well they did. So imagine how well they're about to do now that I'm growing them in this Vego garden raised bed. I believe one of the reasons why it thrives so much was because I grew it vertically. I was able to avoid the animals attacking it. I was able to avoid pests, you know, climbing up things like slugs and stuff like that. Like, when I say my cantaloupes, nothing bothered them. And the cantaloupes, not only did they thrive, it's like they thrive on the trellis because it gives them a lot of airflow, which a lot of plants like melons and stuff, they need that airflow. They need all of the things for it to be what you want it to be. And that's the reason why I grow all my melons vertically, because it gives it all of the things that they need. Also, what I noticed last year was that the pollinators, like the bees, they loved my cantaloupes, and I feel like it made it easier for them to get to the cantaloupe flowers to pollinate them. It was not something that was hard where they had to go, you know, in between the leaves, if it was growing on the ground, where they had to go find the flowers and whatever else they had to deal with. I feel like I made it so easy for them that I had a ton of bees in my garden last year, and they pollinated all of my flowers. I got so many cantaloupe last year, and honestly, I'm growing this cantaloupe for my husband. I eat watermelon, so I'm growing my watermelons, but my husband's favorite melon is cantaloupe. So I'm just so happy that I'm able to grow this for him. And the fact that he put this entire thing together, he put this Vego garden raised bed together, he created this trellis for it to grow on. So this is his reward, okay? I get to grow some beautiful cantaloupe that he is going to enjoy all season long. He wants me to grow so many because last year we were giving some away to our family and friends. He was like, That's mine. So I'm happy to be able to grow as many as I want for him, and he can enjoy himself, because technically, I know I said this is my raised bed, but it's technically his, because what I'm growing in here is his. Thank you, Vego Garden, for providing my husband with a raised bed. But alrighty, y'all, so those are just some of the tips that I have right now. I will give you guys more tips as we go along on how to transplant and how to make sure you have a wonderful harvest come harvest season. These are the cantaloupes that you guys grew with me in the beginning of the season. I believe I started these cantaloupes like in April, the beginning of April is when I started these cantaloupes. And yes, I sow multiple seeds in each cell trays, but that's because I know how to separate them, and I will show you guys how to separate these seedlings gently, because you do not want to mess with the roots. Come along, let's start transplanting, and I'll give you guys more tips and tricks. Alrighty, y'all, so I'm about to prepare the soil for transplanting. Remember, I told you guys you want to have a soil that's well drained and that is filled with all of the nutrients that a compost provide. And today the compost that I'm using is chicken manure. My neighbors raise chickens, so they have a ton of chicken manure. They gave me a whole bag of it last year, and I still have some, and it is aged, so I will be putting some of that into the raised bed. This is the chicken manure. It smells really funky, but you know, the funky things are the things that really grow the garden, right? But you don't want your soil, if your soil smells on its own, then something might be wrong with your soil. Soil should smell very earth tone and stuff like that. It's whatever that you're mixing in it that should be smelling awful, right? So that's another way to make sure if you are using good soil versus bad soil. Good soil just have a regular earth smell, you know, like it should smell like the earth. If it's bad smell, it's gonna have like a strong odor, and only God knows what it was mixed with or wherever you're getting it. If your garden is the size of mine, or you have a ton of grow bags or raised beds and things like that, I think it's really best for you to purchase your soil from like a landscaping company. You could go, I went through Facebook Marketplace to find them, and a lot of the times they have really good quality soil. Last year the soil I got was leaf compost, and I mixed it with topsoil. It was excellent, and I'm so sad because the guy I got those leaf compost from, he doesn't sell it anymore, because they were like the best compost I've ever like used. This year it's a little questionable with the soil, but we shall see, and I'll explain to you why it's questionable in another video. But we're going to do our part, which is try to enrich this soil and do what we need to do to make sure that our plants are going to thrive in it. So that's the reason why we're about to add some compost to it and mix it all up, and then we'll get started, okay? Alrighty, y'all, so we have the compost in there, we have the chicken manure in here, so this should be very rich, very rich. As you can see, this is the kind of soil I'm talking about, okay? You want your soil to be very breathable. You want something that can drain very well. If you have soil that's like falling off of your hands like this, you have good soil, okay? If you have soil that is like hard and sticky and clay-like, that is not good soil to grow your food in. Your food is not going to grow, and if it does, it's going to grow extremely slow. So you want to make sure your soil is basically like that when you crumple it, okay? It should not be sticky at all. Alrighty, y'all, so we have our soil together. It is time to transplant. I'm going to start with this one right here. So I'm going to show you guys basically how to separate the seedlings. I already have a ton of video where I show you guys how to do it, but I'll show you guys again just to make sure that your precious babies do not get messed with. You spent hours and hours and days and months to grow your babies. You want to make sure that you are not going to mess with the roots. So this is the best way that I always tell people how to get their plants out of the containers that they grew it in. So first, you want to make sure that you are squeezing around the container. So what that does is it just releases the soil from around a container, just in case it's stuck around the container, especially like the roots. If it's root bound, sometimes it tend to stick on the container. So squeezing around it, just, you know, do it at the bottom as well. It helps just releases, it just helps release the roots and the soil away from the container. And then once you do that, you're going to just hold on to the plants with like 2 of your fingers like that. We're going to flip it over like that. There you see, everything is out. Because we have multiple seedlings in here, I'm just gonna drop this down here. So what that should do is try to release some of the soil off of the roots. So there you go. And then I'm just gonna gently remove each seedling. There you go. Roots still intact. Just gently, you know, do that. And the seedling should be fairly easy to separate. There you go. Alrighty, so right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, we have 6 that grew in that one container, and all of these are definitely going to grow. Just like these ones right here, we are going to do the same thing. We're going to squeeze around the perimeter of this seedling tray. Y'all, look at how beautiful this is. Look at how long they've gotten. That should tell you it is time. It is beyond time to go on the ground, y'all. Also, another way that you can do this, if you don't want to squeeze it and then flip it over like the way I did, you could squeeze around the perimeter of it and then get a spoon and dig it out with it. We're gonna do the same thing. There you go, everything is out. You wanna just be gentle. And then if you have a situation like this, like you see this was becoming root bound because it's been sitting in that tray for a long time, what I do is I just let it, I shake the soil out of it like very gently. Shake the soil out. And once you shake the soil out, it should be very easy to separate. Just like that. It should be very easy to separate. One major thing that I forgot to tell y'all, before you do this, to avoid transplant shock, you want to go ahead and water your seedlings before you actually transplant it. So if you look at these seedlings, you see that the soil is wet. The soil is wet because I have watered the seedlings. You want to make sure that you water it before you actually take it out of the container and transplant it. That helps avoid transplant shock, and it just helps them get well acclimated to the soil or their new environment. It's already moist and it's not going in there dry, even though you're still going to water it, but you want to make sure when you're taking it out of the tray wet or moist. Okay? As y'all can see, we are going to be growing a ton of these. We are going to be growing a ton of them. So y'all see this one has about 4 of them that was in one tray. So you want to take as much soil off of it as possible so that it can separate easily. Alrighty, we're all done. This is like a little one. I don't know if I want to plant it. All right, y'all, so now we're about to transplant. Before we do that, I just want to let you guys know, if you're transplanting these into the ground or into a raised bed, it is advised that you plant them about 4 to 6 feet apart, because these plants will get large and they're bushy. But I don't follow those rules, y'all. I'm a rule breaker for good things. Okay. I'm actually gonna plant these very close to each other. This is a big bed. One of the reasons why they suggest that you plant them a little far apart is because you don't want their roots competing for nutrients, and as well as they get really big and you don't want them to overcrowd each other. But that is the beauty in growing vertically. When you're growing vertically, it avoids all of that. It avoids diseases of the plants because they're not covering each other. They're getting adequate airflow. So I am growing vertically, so I'm gonna plant these extremely close to each other. If there's a lesson that I have to learn this year to not do that, I will learn that lesson for you. But I'm obligated to let you know that you want to plant these at least 4 feet apart. That's just a suggestion, or that is what is suggested. And when I said we're talking about Google, the internet, all of the people that decided to go and post their expertise on the World Wide Web. For me, I grew about 3 to 4 of these in a 10-gallon grow bag last year, and they were fine because I grew them vertically. I could see though how they don't want you to grow them so close to each other if it was growing down, because they will overcrowd each other and it will cause diseases, and then in turn you're not getting what you need from your plants. Okay, but because I'm growing vertically, I don't care how close they are. I'm about to grow like 50 plants. Exaggeration, but you get what I mean. I'm about to grow a ton of them vertically, okay? Listen, I didn't tell y'all to give your plants some space. I already gave y'all that warning, but y'all gonna see me do the opposite today because I am growing vertically, okay? So do you, and I'm gonna do me. But I give y'all what you're supposed to know, okay? Alrighty, y'all, so we have separated them. I got all the big ones that I want. The little ones, I might pack them up and give it away. It's still gonna grow, but we getting the big ones, okay? We have my little handy dandy tool. Y'all know I love this tool right here. I love this tool to dig up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to use it, but it goes up to like 4 inches. It starts from a 1/2 inch all the way to 4 inches. This is like 2.5 inches right here, so I'm gonna dig a hole that's about 2.5 inches deep to plant these. Cantaloupes do not need to be planted deep into the soil. It is not tomatoes. The stems are not going to turn into roots. So we are going to plant them basically right where it stops here. Just make sure that you cover the top with enough soil. And I'm just gonna plant them because this right here, when I measured it, it went to 2.5 inch deep. That's the deepness that I'm going to dig into the soil. All right, y'all, so let's get started. All right, y'all, so I'm just going to dig a hole. I'm going to do it as close as possible to this pole because we have the trellis that's coming out this way. So I'm gonna dig it as close as possible so I could train it going up here. All righty. So you dig up the hole. By the way, this tool, you could find it in my Amazon store if you're interested. It just makes planting easier, y'all. It just makes the process easier. Look at that, y'all. We are all done. Look at that. 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 Let's go ahead and do the rest. Y'all, we are all done transplanting our cantaloupe. So now I'm about to plant some flowers around it, some marigolds and some herbs. I have some herbs that I grew from indoors in here. They look kind of sad right now because it's time for them to get out of here. So we got sage, we have dill, we have some cilantro. So I think I'm just gonna put like the sage and the dill in here, and then the cilantro and parsley, I'm not gonna put it in here. Actually, I think I am. I might put some because I have a ton of them. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna line them up with some sunflowers, some marigolds, and a bunch of herbs. And then I am going to add some fertilizers. You guys already know my favorite fertilizer to use are all natural fertilizers. And one of my favorite is definitely worm castings. So natural fertilizers is worm manure or worm poop, whatever you want to call it. It just fits well in there. I am also going to add some blood meal in there. After I'm done with that, I'm not going to fertilize for the next 2 weeks. So when you're fertilizing, you want to fertilize your cantaloupes every 2 weeks. And of course, you want to really water it very well, especially when the fruits start to come. The only time you really want to slow down the watering is when the fruits arrive and they're kind of big. Once they mature, then you don't have to, water it as much because you want the sweetness to come in the fruit, so it's not only tasting like water. Okay, but we're going to water this very well. We're going to water this every 2 to 3 days, depending on what the soil is like. Hopefully it's not too dry. If it's too dry, because we're approaching July, the hottest month, I think July and August are the hottest month of the year in my area at least, we're going to water this consistently. But anyway, let's go ahead and plant these flowers and herbs, and then we're going to fertilize, water, and I'll let y'all go. Okay, y'all, look at these marigolds that I grew in the house from seeds from the marigolds I grew last year. So when y'all grow your marigolds, do not throw the seeds away. There's a ton of seeds after it matures, so make sure y'all keep them so y'all can grow them again. Look at all of these. Look at all of these sunflowers. hold this with one
Mommy,
hand.
what about the
And then press it with the other
Mommy,
hand.
what are you gonna do with the other plants that you took out?
All right.
Mommy, what are you gonna do with the other plants that you took out?
All right, good job, guys. Good job.
Can we help you?
Yes, you can plant one more thing.
Yeah, but I really want to help you do.
So we are done with transplanting the flowers and things like that. We have it going all around the beds. We have some sunflowers, some marigolds, we have some herbs. This is some dill, some parsley, more marigolds. We have some sage in here, and my little helpers helped me. Later on in the season, this bed is going to be popping. It's going to be so freaking pretty. I cannot wait to see it. And when I get more flowers, I'm going to add it to this bed. But yes, y'all, so we are all done. It's going to be so beautiful. I cannot wait to see what it look like. So I was going to show you guys how I plan to train these up onto the trellis, but it's not long enough, as you can see, to go up there yet. So I'm just going to let them lay like this, and once they get long enough, I'm going to start training them up the trellis, and I'm going to use like a clip, like a garden clip, to connect them. So these are the garden clips that I'm going to use to train these vines onto the trellis. What I'm gonna do is just, you know, use the clip it on there like that, and then attach it to here, and then just train it going all the way up until they no longer need my help. And these clips, you could totally get it from the dollar store, or you could get it from my Amazon store if you would like to get some. And so that is the plan. But right now that we are done, we are about to fertilize this bad boy. Today I'm just going to be using some blood meal and worm castings. You can also get those worm castings and blood meal in my Amazon store if you choose, or just go to the store. But of course, when you get it from my Amazon store, you're supporting me, so thank you very much. So I'm about to fertilize with those. We're going to water it, and then I'll let you guys go. We are all done. Yes, we are all done. We have our cantaloupe in the bed. Ooh, in the next month or two, we're gonna have cantaloupe galore in this bed right here. So I am super excited. Just remember the key things when you're growing your food, which is making sure that the soil, it is a soil that is well drained. It's a well drained soil. As you can see, when I was watering my soil, the water went right down. Okay, it did not sit in the bed. So if your water is sitting in your bed as you're watering, you might want to check out the soil and make sure that your plants are getting all of the water, the nutrients and things that they need, because it may not. So now that we have water, we have added the fertilizer. The next time I'm going to fertilize is probably going to be within the next 2 weeks, because it already has all of the things that they need. And then also I had the chicken compost in there, the chicken manure in there. So I think we're all good for now. In the next 2 weeks, I will be re-fertilizing, and I think that's when I'll do another video on this bed, just to give y'all an update in the next 2 weeks, to show y'all the updates on how it's growing, where it's at, and all of the things that's going on. Now, the next step that I'm actually going to do is to cover this bed up. I'm not going to cover it up all the way. I'm just going to put some bird netting around it, just to keep things like the groundhog and squirrels and things like that that would like to climb up here and pull the plants up. They're not going to eat it in this stage because there's no fruit on it, but they like to destroy, so they will pull it up. So to avoid them pulling it up, I'm going to put some bird netting around this right here until they start to grow. Once they start to grow and then all the flowers and things start to come in, I'm going to remove the bird netting because it won't be necessary, because all the flowers going to be around here and the animals, they're not going to be interested in trying to get through all those smelly flowers, which smells good to us but is horrible for their nose. Okay, that's how you transplant cantaloupes. If you want to know how I start them from seed, how to germinate them fast, if you're watching this right now and you have some seeds that you would like to start, you could totally direct sow these seeds. They don't need to be started in the house. They grow really fast. If you want to direct sow the seeds, you could totally direct sow the seeds. You don't have to start it from indoors, but it's totally up to you. So even though right now we're in June, you could still totally plant these. Okay, it's not too late to plant these if you want to grow some delicious cantaloupe. But yes, y'all, when you guys apply all of these tips and tricks, you are going to get an abundance of cantaloupe this summer. I look forward to prancing around in this garden, around this cantaloupe bed, and taking millions of videos and pictures around this cantaloupe bed, because I know this is about to be my favorite bed in the garden, especially because I'm planting a ton of flowers here. I'm gonna go get more flowers and plant it around in this bed, just plant it around the perimeters, because I just want to make this like the centerpiece of the garden. It's gonna be so pretty, and I cannot wait to see what it's gonna look like in the summer. But yes, y'all, that's about it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and please do me a favor, tag Vego Garden into this video and tell them thank you for this beautiful metal raised bed, the 9-in-1 metal raised bed. Tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for vibing with your girl and trusting me or partnering with me. Thank them for sponsoring this video, because I'm truly grateful. And do not forget that you guys can go ahead and follow Vego Garden on all of the social platforms at Vego_garden. Tell them Miss Yancy sent you. And of course, if you yourself would like to have a Vego Garden metal raised bed, 9-in-1 metal raised bed, click my link that's in the description of this video. Also use the discount code to save some money on whatever purchase that you decide to purchase on Vego Garden, because you will get a discount on top of whatever sale they have going on. So do all of the things, okay? And remember, if you purchase anything from Vego Garden, can you please let your girl know what you got? Come back, comment under my video and let me know that you got something from Vego Garden. I would truly appreciate it. And thank you guys once again for always being here with me and watching the video. If you watched it till this far, I need you to write MVP in the comments, because you are the real MVP, okay? Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for vibing with me. I love the vibes, okay? All of the garden vibes. All of my gardeners or want to be gardeners, write MVP in the comments if you watched it till this far, okay? And remember, tag Vego Garden, or go, when you go under the Vego Garden post, tell them I sent you. And if you purchase anything, remember to use my discount code, and also use my link that's in the description of this video to get whatever it is that you want, because you will be supporting your girl, okay? And I appreciate all of the support. All right, alrighty, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys. Thank you, Vego Garden. Thank you, God, because if it wasn't for God, none of this will be happening for me, okay? Alrighty, y'all, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Let me know if you want me to cover anything else. If y'all want any special videos or whatever it is that you want, let me know in the comment below, okay? And I'll make that video just for you. All right, alrighty, y'all, it's been a vibe, it's been a moment, it's been beautiful. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. Happy gardening. Bye, y'all. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Remember, y'all, if you're looking for organic heirloom seeds, go ahead in the description of this video and grab your pack of seeds in my Etsy store and get your garden popping. Bye, y'all. Happy gardening. My signature luxurious body butter is packed with all natural skin loving ingredients such as cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, vitamin E oil, and baobab oil. Whipped to perfection, it is lightly made to be easily absorbed into the skin without clogging your pores. This body butter is free of parabens, sulfates, and synthetic fragrances. Your new bestie.